So now that I have a niche, what do I do next? My name is Floren, and I want to thank you to tonight's call. First off, if we haven't had the pleasure of connecting for one of my one-on-one coaching calls, I want to say thank you. You are one of 1,400 plus people who took action and invested in my How to Find a Profitable Niche Market guide, and it's a 2.5-hour video course with the checklists and mind map and a bunch of other bonuses in there. Your support and your purchase help us get WSO of the day for Saturday and Sunday. That was on January 4th and 5th. So we really took over the Warrior Forum by storm, and a lot of people really loved what we put out. So here's just the email that Mike sent out to everyone who's ever bought a WSO through Warrior Plus, and I really appreciate that. And without your support, that would not have happened, so thank you very much. We've also been the #1 product in sales for the past 7 days on the Warrior Forum. So it's pretty cool to see that, and I really appreciate you guys. It's very awesome. Thank you very much. I assume that you have at least started into my course, but if not, maybe you came in to it today. But just in case, I'm just going to give you a quick little background. I've been marketing online since 1999. I was 13 years old at the time. I'm currently 27. I'll be turning 28 in April. I tried a bunch of different things, failed at most of them, and tonight I'm going to show you the one and only thing that has consistently worked for me. So hopefully you find that interesting, and I would love to see you actually implement it. And if you haven't taken any action yet, use my checklist and find that niche market. That is a crucial step. Is one of the, I would consider it the most important step for internet marketing, and a lot of other marketers would agree with me there. So I'm just going to give you a real quick recap, make sure everyone's on the same page, and kind of go through my 2.5-hour long product in about 30 seconds. So you want to be in a highly competitive niche market. There's 4 big markets: make money, health and fitness, relationships, and how-to/hobbies special interest. Those are really the money-making niche markets online. I also want you to realize that more competition equals more money. If there's a lot of websites and other products about your niche market, that means that there's people out there spending money. That gives you also places to partner up with and places to buy advertising. So you want to find a niche that has competition. You want to see other products being successfully sold in that marketplace. Otherwise, I don't touch it. And I advise you not to touch it either. It is too hard to break into niche markets that don't have a big following. They don't have a lot of people that are interested in that market. Also, you're going to make a lot more money with your own list and your own products, or doing affiliate marketing to that list. You're going to make more money doing that than blogging, YouTube, Facebook, or whatever, what the most popular technique of the week is on the Warrior Forum, or that everyone's sending you email offers about. It's hard to make money with search engine optimization. It's hard to make money with articles and videos and social media. I mean, yeah, there's people that do it, but it's challenging. It's a lot easier to build an email list that knows, likes, and trusts you. So how do I know this? Well, I want you to think about it this way. What is the last information product that you bought? How did you find out about it? Did you read it on a blog post? Was there a Facebook ad? Did you do a Google search for it? It'd be kind of amazing if you just searched for a product and like the product name and it just came up. That would be pretty rare in the information product business. Or did you get an email about it? 99% of the time, the answer is, I got an email. And that's true for me too. I buy a lot of products and I buy them through email. Yeah, there's the occasional Facebook ad and the occasional blog post, but almost every single thing that I've bought in the internet marketing space or info product space has been through an email. So therefore, you need to spend your time and energy on building an email list. Forget about all those one-click software products that say, oh, we're going to send all this traffic to your website, and what do you think that's really going to do? It's going to send some robots to your page and they're going to buy your product? You're selling a product to people. Computers aren't buying your product. People buy your product. And you reach people through email. I know there's a lot of people that think, oh, email's dying and everyone's on Facebook. Well, you still use email to connect up with Facebook. People check their email on their cell phones all the time. People are addicted to their email inbox. Yeah, your kids might be on Facebook all the time, but a lot of them still check their email pretty often. I know I've got my email up most of the day. I have access to my email, and sometimes it even alerts me on my phone. Most of the time I have it turned off because I get so much email. But a lot of people are on their email 24/7. And your email list can literally print money on demand, and I'm going to show you an example of that later on in the presentation, just so you see that. So why does email marketing work? Well, if you properly take care of an email list, you're going to discover that when they know you, they like you, and they trust you, then it's going to be a lot easier for you to make sales and money. It's actually quite easy when people know, like, and trust you. And you should focus on those three things when building your email list and creating your products, because it's a lot easier to sell to satisfied customers than it is to get new customers. Now, I'm just like you. I struggled online from 1999 until 2006, and that's when I finally cracked the code and decided to build an email list, and that's when everything changed for me. I struggled and struggled and struggled. Yeah, I made a little bit of money, but it really wasn't enough to support myself. And once I built that email list, it was predictable cash flow, and it was a great way to really be in business. I mean, I don't really know if you could say that I was in business before I started my email list. I guess I was in business because I was making money on the internet and I didn't have a job or anything, but it's not like I had any assets of any kind. I didn't have a real business. I had more of a hobby that paid some bills. But now, and even back in 2006, I mean, everything changed when I first started getting people on my list and recommending products and services and coming out with my own products and services to help my customers. And when I did that, it just changed everything. I mean, it just multiplies your income so much. And I mean, if you've never made $1 online, more than likely it's because you don't have an email list or you aren't doing email marketing right. So I'm going to, teach you some of those techniques. And quite frankly, the other forms of internet marketing are just too hard. Yeah, you can pay someone to do SEO, you can pay people to do things, and that's great. That does work, that does help. But if you're going to do everything yourself, it is just too hard to break into internet marketing unless you're building an email list and creating information products of your own. That's where the big money is. So with email marketing and product creation mixed in with the affiliate marketing, it's a lot easier than you think to make money. I mean, I talked to so many people in the past week or so that have told me time and time again that they've set up a blog, or they're doing some sort of multi-level marketing, or they've got something that they're trying to do online, or they haven't even done anything yet online, and they're thinking about setting up a bunch of websites, and that is so hard to make money that way. You can, don't get me wrong, there are people that make money doing that, but it's so challenging, and you're competing. Okay, let's say that you are going to do a website, and I don't know, let's say it's like dog training, for instance. Well, only one person is going to be the #1 site on Google for dog training. But there could be, dozens of books on dog training, and I mean, you could really get niche specific. You could do dog training for black labs, dog training for golden retrievers, dog training for, just about any sort of dog. I mean, there's a couple hundred dog breeds out there, and you could get really specific, and you could just dominate a marketplace like that. And that's, you're doing a lot less work because, quite frankly, most dogs are, for the most part, pretty similar. There might be a few things here and there you'd have to change, and maybe put like a different introduction on each book, and maybe do some different photos if you're going to show an actual dog doing certain commands and things like that. But the bulk of your text for your book or for your product could be kind of rinsed and repeated, and you could just do that over and over and over again. That's just the beauty of internet marketing. And if you're doing something like that, you could have a bestseller in all those dog categories, for instance. If they're, let's say there's 200 dog breeds out there, because I think it's pretty close to that are in the AKC, and that's a lot of potential books, if you will, that you could have online that could be making you money. So I want to show you some sales stats for how to find and research a profitable niche market. We did $29,022.46 as of early this morning, with over 1,400 sales, and almost 20,000 people viewed the offer on the Warrior Forum. Unique people. We had almost 40,000 total people view it, so people went back to the sales page multiple times and things like that. But almost 20,000 people actually checked it out. So that's pretty cool to see so many people seeing this offer, deciding it was right for them, and investing in it. So I want to thank you very much, and also just to show you. I mean, basically, yeah, I have a lot of experience with internet marketing, but I put those videos together. I didn't really do any editing to them. I spent some time writing the mind map and the checklist. But really, I mean, I created that product, including sales copy, in about a day, and it made $29,000 in sales so far. Plus, I'm making money off of the email list already. So it's pretty cool what you can do with an information product, and things are just getting started. So with this information publishing business and email marketing business, you're not going to need any expensive software. I do use an autoresponder, and you can get Aweber or GetResponse. It's like a dollar trial. Like you can get like a 30-day trial for like $1, and then it goes to like $20 a month. So it's pretty reasonable for that, and that stores all your subscribers on your list. So that's pretty cheap. You don't need a team of outsourcers. There's so many people out there that make these websites where they've got a blog and they've got 10 people creating content for them, doing graphics and other stuff, and you don't need that with an information business, at least starting out. You really don't need that. As time goes on, you can get outsourcers if there's things that you're struggling with. So for instance, let's say you can't do graphics for some reason, or you can't figure out how to put your thing on your website, like your product on your website. You can outsource that. Maybe you don't know any JV partners yet. Well, you can pay someone to connect you with some JV partners. Those would be people that could promote your product, so like affiliates. If you don't know how to write sales copy, you can pay someone to make sales copy for you. You can even pay someone to make your product if you don't want to do that part. But you don't need a whole bunch of people working for you full time. That's a beautiful thing about this. You don't need an office. I've never had an office. I've thought about it. This was about a year ago. I was my friend. He's actually 24, and he's on the city council of his town. So that's pretty cool that he's serving for that. And so we were going to the community center because I thought it'd be good for him to be a little more involved in his community, and they've got a really nice exercise facility there. So we both became members and started going, and because he's on the city council, people that work there would talk to us pretty often, and I guess he's on some committees with one of the guys, like the head guy at the community center. But anyways, they had like a really tiny office that was like only $75 a month, and we thought, oh man, that'd be really cool, because he wants to do some internet marketing stuff with me. He, in fact, interned with me last semester. He's still in college, and he's actually coming over later tonight to sign more internship papers to intern with me for this semester. And we thought about getting their office just to try stuff out. And well, long story short, I couldn't get the office because I wasn't a nonprofit. He could have got the office because he was a politician, but I wouldn't be allowed to use it, and he figured, well, I don't really need it. So, you don't need an office. You don't need to buy the next shiny object. You're going to learn a lot in tonight's call about what really makes money online. I hope that you're going to realize, that you don't need to buy, all sorts of different information products yourself. Yeah, it's always good to learn more, but I see people jump from thing to thing to thing. I've talked to people, for most of this week I've been on the phone, and a lot of people have told me, yeah, I bought 3 or 4 products today, and I'm just kind of like, what? You don't apply something. You use a product. Actually, apply what you've learned in my course, and go from there. Yes, there are great things that I highly suggest you get and you use, but you don't need to buy every single thing that comes out. You don't need clients. Now, by clients, I mean you don't need to do things like an offline business. So, for instance, there's a lot of marketers who sell, I'll make your website, or I'll market your website services to their local businesses, and they're going door to door selling that service, or they're doing Facebook ads targeting business owners, or they're doing snail mail or phone calls, or just networking at Chamber of Commerce meetings. And I mean, yeah, there's money in that, don't get me wrong, but you're dealing with customers. I mean, you're dealing with clientele that, expect things to be a certain way. And it's hard. I mean, that is a challenging business to be in. I did a little bit of that in high school, and I spent so much time on some of those projects. I was doing some video editing stuff where I would shoot videos for some of my clients, and then do video editing, and then they'd be like, well, that looks great, but I'd really like it if we could do this, and what if we did this? And certain videos where, I mean, granted, I was learning the process, but certain projects took hundreds of hours, and I was only making like $1,000 for the whole project, and it was like, what in the world? I'm making nothing doing this, and I have all these expenses because at that point in time we had like mini DV cameras, so you had the tape still, and yeah, I could record over it, but I kind of wanted to keep the footage in case I needed it, in case they changed their mind again, and you need a pretty nice computer to do it, and nice software, and it's a lot easier now. I mean, the computers come preloaded with video editing software, and I mean, your cell phone probably can do pretty decent video compared to some of the equipment I was using 10 years ago or more. And it's just that's a hard business to be in, because it's a lot of headache, and a lot of, you're not doing what you want to do. You also don't need to go door-to-door selling. That is, I don't know, I liked and hated that all at the same time when I was in Cub Scouts. I thought it was kind of interesting to meet with people one-on-one, and it's kind of scary. And I mean, most people would say yes because you're a kid and stuff like that, but I don't know, that was just kind of a weird experience, and I can't imagine doing that for a living. That would be a strange lifestyle. You also really don't need much for tech skills. A lot of internet marketing stuff is pretty easy to do, and yeah, you might be struggling now because you haven't been taught what exactly you need to do, but you will learn, and I do know how to teach the things that are really crucial to doing an internet business, the tech skills required for that. And the bulk of tech skills that people think they need, they don't. It's a lot easier than you think. So what do you need? Well, you need a desire to succeed. You need to have that mindset that I want to do this, and I'm going to be successful doing it. You can't let other people get in your way. You need to realize that this is a business. You need to treat it like a business. And if you have a strong desire to succeed, if you know why you want to succeed, maybe it's your children or your retirement, or it's just something in your life, and that really is that burning desire, and you know that I am going to succeed doing this, even if it's just to prove people wrong. I love doing that too. If there's someone that says you can't do internet marketing, well, that's when I want to show them up on things, and that's always been a powerful motivator for me. And it might be one for you as well. You are going to need web hosting. You can get a web host for about $10 a month, and this stores your files for your product. So, if you create like an ebook or you create videos, you can host those on this web host. It serves up that information to people who go to your website, and that's where your website is. You need something of value to either sell or give away, and preferably both. So, preferably you'd want to give something away to get people on your list, and then you want to sell them your own products and other people's products to make money. And that would be the ideal way of getting stuff started. You will want to get a domain name. I mean, you can even just use yourname.com. I mean, one of my sites that I use for a lot of things is just readflorene.com. And, you know, I don't really update that blog much because I don't find the blog part that useful for me. But I will host, you know, various products of mine. I have my customer support desk on there. I've got a lot of emails come through there. A lot of stuff comes through that domain name just because it's so much easier, and I don't forget to register that one because it's my name. Whereas if I, you know, have a domain name for every single thing I'm doing, oftentimes I forget to re-register and someone else buys it. So that's kind of a problem when you have a lot of domain names. A squeeze page or a sales page, and I would prefer to have both. I'll go in a little more depth on these later on, but basically a squeeze page asks for someone's email in exchange for something of value. So you're going to give something away for free in exchange for someone's email address. And conversely, a sales page has like an attention-grabbing headline, a bunch of testimonials, bullet points, tells a story, and it has a very strong what's called a call to action, which basically asks you to give me your money. Is basically what they do. You might have some postscript, so like PSs at the bottom. You might have a guarantee on the page if it's like an information product. Those types of things all go into a sales page or sales letter. In autoresponder, I mentioned Aweber GetResponse earlier. That's the software you use. It's just posted on a third-party website, and they store all your subscribers for you. So that's a great system. A lot of people, this is something that I was stupid about myself. I was like, why would I pay money for that? That's stupid. It's not going to do anything. And you want to spend money on an autoresponder if, well, apart from the desire to succeed, the autoresponder is the second most important part of this equation. The rest really doesn't matter. You need that list, and you need the strong desire to succeed. I'm just going to leave it at that. I mean, that is the crucial part of this. You're going to want to have JV partners or affiliates. They can promote your product. The nice thing about that is you don't pay them unless they make a sale for you. So unlike other forms of advertising where you're spending a lot of money on you know, like banner ads or Facebook ads or Google pay-per-click traffic or just a bunch of different things where you can spend a lot of money on that, you don't pay joint venture partners or affiliates unless they make you money. So that's a wonderful way of lowering your costs and being more successful. Plus, I have found that when someone recommends my product from an email and they're endorsing me as like a typical JV partner would, they would say, oh, I really like Reed and this product and it's so great and here's what I learned, blah, blah, blah. Click here to buy, or they put like a bonus together or something. That's when I make a lot more sales. It's so much easier because basically those customers of that person already know, like, and trust them, and they're seeing that endorsement and going, huh, Reed must be a decent guy. I should check this out and see if it's something that I want to buy as well. And, you know, I found, I mean, that's for me. Same psychology. You know, I'll be on someone's list and I'm like, oh, that product sounds interesting. And, you know, so-and-so says it's great, and another person says it's great, and another person says it's great. Well, it must be great. I better go check it out and buy it. And so that's just one of the nice things. And you don't have that benefit from advertisements. I guess a Facebook ad kind of can do it because it can show, like, so-and-so likes this post or whatever, and it'll show right next to your ad maybe a friend that you have who already liked that advertisement, and that is kind of an implied endorsement, but it's not anywhere near as powerful as a JV partner sending an email, you know, wholeheartedly saying what they like about it, especially if they do like a video or something to kind of pre-sell you on it. So, for instance, some of the people that promoted my product did a few different things that worked really well. Some of them did interviews with me. Some of them did their own little video where they either reviewed my product and they spent a couple minutes just talking about some of the stuff they liked about it, or they did like a little bit of like a video introduction for me and talking about who I am and how I've helped them. And others put together like an awesome bonus package where it was like a bunch of stuff if you bought through their link for a limited time. So if you bought like on the first day of the launch and you bought through them, you got, you know, something for free. And that is a wonderful way to make more sales from your list. The other thing that you're going to want to need or might possibly need would be advertising money. That is a great thing to have, and I would rather spend money on advertising than on information products. I know when I was starting out, it was the other way around. I didn't want to spend money on advertising because I was afraid, oh, if I spend money on advertising, I'm going to lose it. And I've learned over the years that you don't gain anything from an information product unless you apply the knowledge. Yeah, it's great to know something, but you need to actually take action and apply it. And one of the easiest ways, in fact, probably the easiest way to get traffic to your website and get people coming to your website is to pay for it. It's not that expensive to get started. You can set your budgets. You know exactly how much you're willing to spend, and just try it. Just try something out. You might be surprised. You might have something that's a real winner out there and you're making money. But a lot of people are just so afraid to do that, and they're so stuck on the, well, I'm going to write articles by myself, and I'm going to do all this search engine optimization, and I'm going to make all these videos, and I'm going to do this and do that and do this and do that. And sometimes they get started, other times they don't, and it's just so hard to have that be a predictable source of income. Now, if I do advertising, I know roughly that, you know, if I put $1 in, you know, $2 is going to come out, for example. And that is a great way of kind of knowing what's going on. And if you know your numbers and you know how your product is selling based off the traffic, this is called conversions. So let's say you have a product that is converting at, I don't know, 3%. Well, that would mean 3 people out of every 100 qualified people that go to the website, so 100 targeted visitors that are actually interested in that topic see it, 3% of them, 3 people, actually buy the product. And if you know those types of numbers, then you can kind of gauge, well, does this traffic source work for me? What about this other traffic source? You know, maybe you're doing Google advertising, and then you decide to do Bing advertising, and then you decide to do Facebook advertising, and you go, one of these is doing better than the other one. I wonder why. What's the difference here? And you would want to let your winners run and cut your losers. It's kind of like, well, a lot of people invest in stocks the wrong way. But here's what I do when I invest in stocks. I like to put my money into stocks that are going up in value and are winning. For me, and I'll put more money in. And then if they go down by a percentage, usually about 8% from when I first get in, I get out of that stock, and I don't want to do anything with it. So that's when I first invest in a stock. A lot of people buy a stock and then, oh, it went down, I better put more money in because it's such a better deal. And I kind of like to do it the opposite way, and that's worked well for me. So I guess a little stock tip for everyone on the call tonight too. So this really is the perfect business model for you, especially if you hate your job. You want to be able to live a life on your own terms. You want to be there for your children, grandchildren, or your spouse or significant other. You want to be able to travel the world. You want to be comfortable in your retirement. You want to be your own boss. You want to help other people. You want to buy, do, or have whatever you desire. You're sick of getting stuck in traffic. And you want to leave behind a legacy. One of the beautiful things about information products, and you don't really see this with other stuff that people do online when people are just doing like, well, I'm gonna like buy some advertising on Facebook, and well, that's really cool, and I'm making money. Well, you're not really leaving anything behind. You're not doing anything that's making the world a better place. Yeah, you're making money and making sales, and you're helping people in that regard, but 10 years after you're gone, is anyone going to remember who you are? And when you have your own products, I mean, there definitely could be people who remember you in the future. I mean, and even your children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren might even talk about, what you were doing on the internet, which maybe it'll be something completely different by that time, but it's still an interesting story, and you're really at the forefront of the information age. I'd say the information age started, basically a couple decades ago, where things really shifted from the industrial age and people were working in factories to, spending more and more time on computers. And it's really just starting to really penetrate the market because everyone, well, not everyone, but a lot of people have cell phones. A lot of people have, iPads and Kindles and other e-readers and other devices like that. And most people have a computer. And it's so amazing how connected we are, just how fascinating the world has become. I mean, we've always had computers in my house. My parents were big into technology, and they had a computer before I was born. But just seeing how they've changed. I was born in '86, and just seeing how they've changed from that time where it was like those black screens with the green text, and you use DOS and all these commands and stuff to do things, to basically having something in the palm of your hand, a cell phone that probably has more technology on it than what they used to go to the moon. I mean, it's crazy, the world we live in, just how exciting and how rapidly things are changing. And I mean, you should take advantage of it, and you're really in the right place at the right time because you're on the internet. You understand what's going on. You see the potential. You see that the future of the world is being connected online and being able to communicate with one another instantaneously. I mean, you can be in some faraway land in a small village and, not have, like a car, and you're still checking your email on your cell phone. I mean, it's just wild. It's amazing what we're doing and what we've accomplished as a species. This is a phenomenon, and never had anything like this ever before. And I mean, I predict it's only going to get better. It's more and more people are coming online, more and more people are looking for stuff, more and more people have money to spend on information, and more people are serious about getting quality information because they realize that if they really want to know something, it's better that they pay a little bit and get the information that they need. So I want to share with you my top 3 sources of traffic that actually make me money. Now, you might want to get a pen and paper out so you know. Joint venture partners and affiliates. By far, my number one source of getting traffic to my website, getting people on my list, and making money. I mean, if I don't need the other two with that one. That is by far, 90-some% of my income, probably 99% of my income comes from that. I mean, that most people never focus on that part, and that is a incredibly lucrative strategy. And all the quote-unquote gurus you've heard of online, all the big-name internet marketers you've heard of, the only reason you know about them is because they have joint venture partners and affiliates promoting their products. That's it. They have information products that they sell, and they have people promoting their products that they sell. That is the only thing that they all have in common. Solo ads. So solo ads are basically, I pay someone to send an email out to their list. So it might be someone who doesn't want to be an affiliate, but they have an email list. And so I will buy what's called a solo ad from them. They'll send an email out to their list. I'll give them what I want them to send. And they send my email out to their list. So let's say they have a list of, 10,000 people, and they can send an email out, and 1,000 unique people will actually click on the link in the email. So I might pay them upfront, say $300, for example, and they'll send 1,000 unique people, targeted people, to my website or my product or my offer, whatever I've got, and basically I'm paying like 30 cents per person from a solo ad. And I mean, prices vary. There are some people that charge, as much as a dollar per click, and other people that charge, 5-10 cents. And I mean, you do kind of get what you pay for. There's a little bit more to it than that, but yeah, you get the idea. There are definitely, it can be a very profitable source of traffic. It's a great way to build a list really quickly. It's a great way to test your product out, your offer out, and see if there's people that actually want to buy it. Facebook advertising. Now, this is a really fun strategy that I've been working with, and I guess if I were to do something that might overcome the success I've had with solo ads and even the success with joint venture partners and affiliates, it could possibly be Facebook advertising, just because you can get so targeted with Facebook. I mean, for instance, you could target, people that are a certain age, who are a certain sex, who make a certain amount of money, that drive a certain car, that went to a certain school, that do a certain thing for a profession and like a certain hobby, and have a child between the age of 10 and 12 that live at home. I mean, it's crazy what you can do with Facebook, and that's all in there. Yeah, you don't even have to guess for it. They have all that stuff in their advanced Facebook advertising area. You can do all sorts of crazy stuff. I mean, my sister's boyfriend, for instance, is an insurance agent. Well, his parents are more insurance agents. He kind of helps them out. And they live in a very small town of like 2,000 or 3,000 people, somewhere around there. And I found a thing on Facebook where you can find people who have like an auto insurance policy that's expiring in the next 30 days. So I can have an ad out for them, for example, that'll show every person that has an insurance policy ending in January or February, and it would just recycle through for the next month, so like in March and in April and stuff like that. I mean, it's so cool that you can do those types of things. And I mean, imagine if you had an ad. Imagine you were an insurance agent and you had an ad, and it said like, "Hey, I know you have an auto insurance policy ending this month. Give us a call for a free review," type of thing. And I mean, what a way to get leads, to get customers to a company like that. I mean, it's just phenomenal what you can do with Facebook advertising. So that's a really cool idea. So Warrior Plus is where I listed my product for sale, and this is a great place to find JV partners, because you can sort by people that have had products with the most sales, and so you could focus on connecting with those people, because they probably have a big customer list and they might be able to promote your product. So you can sort it by people who have made 1,000 sales or more. And there's a guy on there that's made over 10,000 sales, and a couple guys that have made over 5,000 sales on a product. And I don't know, probably a couple hundred people that have made sales of 1,000 products or more. And then there's a bunch of people that have made sales of 500 plus, and a lot that have made 100 plus. But I mean, if you were to focus on building those core relationships with those, maybe top 100, 200 guys, I mean, you would do so much more than what the average internet marketer does. I mean, it really propels you to the big leagues. And Warrior Plus is just one of the vendor networks out there. There's so many different ways. I mean, there's JV Zoo, there's Product Pay, there's Deal Guardian, there's ClickBank, there's ClickSure, there's all sorts of different places like this, sites like this, that allow you to find people that have products that are very popular and that are selling online, and connect with them. And I mean, it's really all about relationships. If you build relationships with joint venture partners, you're going to find that it's a lot easier to succeed. My number one place for finding joint venture partners is actually going to offline seminars. And it doesn't matter if I'm speaking at the event or if I'm just an attendee. As long as you get out there and get out of your comfort zone and shake people's hands, and you can even buy people drinks or get pick up the lunch tab or the dinner tab, and just connect with people, because you could very easily be in the audience at a seminar sitting next to someone that does well over $1 million a year, and that type of person can really change things for your business. And it's really fascinating what a seminar can do, and just how helpful and friendly that most of the people are at a seminar. I can't really remember any. I guess there's been some strange people at seminars, but I haven't really had a bad experience at a seminar. I've got weird seminar stories I could share. Probably my strangest seminar story, this was the first seminar I went to, and this was back in 2005. And I went to the bathroom, and some guy followed me into the bathroom, and he was trying to shake my hand, and was trying to pitch me on promoting his product. And then one of the speakers came in, and he's like, "No joint ventures in the bathroom." And it was just kind of one of those silly, ironic, funny moments that you don't usually have, like that at an event. And it really, cemented things with me that, there's people that do joint ventures the wrong way, and they're always thinking me, 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 and instead you need to give, 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 and then ask. So there's a few different ways you can do that. One is make sales of someone else's product. Join their affiliate program and make a bunch of sales for them. That's a great way to get someone to support you in the future. Another thing is buy someone's product and give them a testimonial. That's another great way to kind of start building a relationship. Find people that have a product and add them on Facebook and other social networks and start to get to know them. Maybe they have similar interests as you. They might like the same movies or music or books, or they have children, or they do some sort of athletic activity, or maybe they're really involved in church, or they know a musical instrument, or maybe you've vacationed in similar places before, or you've went to the same college, or just something. Maybe you had the same major back in college. There's so many things that you can connect with someone if you just pay attention and look for those types of things and find a way of kind of bringing that up in a conversation, and that really sets you apart. It's a lot like making friendships in the real world. As long as you're more interested in the other people or the other person, they're interested in being your friend. So I know it's an old book, but it's a good one. It's How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. It came out in the 1930s. It's probably the #1 selling self-improvement book of all time. It's incredibly popular, and it sells out every year. And I have, probably a dozen copies of it laying around. It's just one of my all-time favorite books, and it's kind of one of those top few books that if I were to get rid of my entire library, and I actually do have a dedicated library in my house. I do have a room that is a library with lots of books in it. There are only a handful of books that I would keep, and that is probably #1 on the list. That really gets my endorsement. I love that book. I love Dale Carnegie. I love how that book works. I love what you can do with that book, and it's just amazing. It's definitely one of the top books and gets my highest recommendation. Now, if you're looking to do solo ads, I do have a website. This is really funny how this kind of just snowballed. I didn't intend for this site to be popular at all. It's called soloaddirectory.com. It's a free site. I list various solo ad vendors. I started this like 2-3 years ago, and I listed kind of my results I was getting from solo ads, and who was good and who was bad, and let other people put their reviews on. I mean, we got top rankings for solo ad and solo ads, and we get quite a bit of traffic on this site, and it gets mentioned in a lot of internet marketing products. And I mean, I haven't updated this site in months, and I suppose it's probably due for an update, but I don't know. I don't really want to give out who my good vendors are for free anymore. It was more of a thing. I was putting this together for myself and just kind of keeping notes of stuff, and then people started searching for their name. They saw it, and then they asked what the purpose was, and I was like, oh, I'm just keeping tabs of what my results were. And then they started bragging about their results because, oh, look what I did for Reed and the kind of results he's getting, and blah blah blah. And then it just kind of spread, and everyone started linking to it, and people started talking about it on social networks and on like the Warrior Forum, and talking about it in their products. And I can't turn off the traffic to it. So it's it's just kind of funny how something like that happens. You not knowingly, not even trying to make something be successful, becomes a very popular website, and it's a free resource. So it's soloaddirectory.com. Another site for finding solo ads would be safe-swaps.com, and then there's another, that's a paid site. That's like I think it's like $30 a month, and that has some pretty cool stuff on that. There's some other solo ad sites that you can find if you just search for solo ads, and then there's a really popular one, and this is a paid program. It's like $197 for life, I believe, and it's called directoryofezines.com. So directoryofezines.com, EZINES.com, and that the one thing, okay, so for instance, like Solo Ad Directory and SafeSwaps.com, those focus more on the internet marketing, make money from home niche market, because that's where a lot of my business is in. And directory of e-zines, they do stuff in all sorts of different markets. They publish a list of solo ad vendors, e-zine publishers in all sorts of different markets. So business and finance and golf and health and fitness and you name it, they got it. I mean, it's a pretty cool site, and that's like $197, but it's a one-time fee, so it's a pretty cool website. It's run by Charlie Page. It's been around since, I don't know, 97, 98, 99, somewhere around there. It's been around for a very long time, kind of since the start of internet marketing, so it's pretty cool. Facebook advertising. This is a very powerful platform. We talked about this earlier. I'm getting massive returns on Facebook ads, so it's really cool. So you might be going, but I don't have a product yet. So if you're just building a list, you use squeeze pages, you drive traffic via solo ads or Facebook advertising. You could even use a product that comes with like private label rights. And I mean, if you don't know what that is, basically it's a product that you can put like your name on, and you need to check the licensing for. But you can edit it, you can make derivative work. So let's say it's an ebook, you could make like a PowerPoint presentation and videos that went along with it. You could record yourself reading the ebook, and that becomes an audio. You can do a lot with a PLR or a private label rights product. You need to look at your licensing details, because some of them don't allow you to give them away for free. Others, they want to make sure that you're charging, and they ask that you charge a certain minimum amount. I'm not sure 100% if that is actually legal. I think that might be price fixing, but I'm not an attorney, so I don't know. I've never argued with anyone on that, and I've never consulted with my attorneys on it because it just wasn't a big deal to me. But I know there's people out there that'll, if you give away their product or you sell it for less than what they say the minimum is, they claim to revoke your selling license, and I suppose that could open you up to a lawsuit. So I would just follow the terms, and it's just not worth it. I have a product that's complete with squeeze page and sales funnel, and that will help you make money online. It's basically 10 different WordPress plugins that you give away, and if you want to get started online, that's at www.readfloren.com/steal. And you can get that whole funnel. It's got the squeeze page, the report, the sales funnel, everything. It's $27, so it's a pretty cool investment and help you get started. This is what a squeeze page looks like. Actually, that's the squeeze page for that specific product. You've probably seen me advertising this all over the web. It's done quite well. Quite a few of you who bought How to Find and Research a Profitable Niche Market also bought this squeeze page and sales funnel, and it's a very lucrative funnel. It's been getting me really good subscribers and making me money as well, so it's very, very nice system to have. However, if you want to make big money, you also want to make your own information products, and it's really quite easy. You are an expert at something. You have knowledge and experiences that I don't have, and that makes you an expert. You know things I don't know, you know things your audience doesn't know. You can share your knowledge with people and be the expert. You just have to think, what are you good at? There's got to be something that you've got a unique talent for, a unique skill for. There's probably people that have complimented you on something somewhere down the road in your life. What do you know about? Is there something that you buy books on, you attend seminars on, you buy information products on, you listen to audio tapes in the car? What do you know about? What's something that you're passionate about, that you've learned a lot about, and maybe you've taken some courses on, maybe you went to college for it, or you have attended some night classes for it, or even you go to like a local fair or a trade show for it, so you're probably pretty passionate about that topic. And I mean, the third question, I was kind of alluding to it, is what are you passionate about? And if you look at those three questions, and I bet there's something in you that could be a bestseller. And it's just really amazing. And everyone listening to this is an expert. You know stuff that other people don't know, and people will pay you for that knowledge. I need you to stick within the 4 main profitable niches to maximize your success. So the make money niche, like real estate, stock trading, forex trading, internet marketing, business opportunities, MLM, all that kind of stuff is all in the make money niche, the finance niche. Health and fitness, so like six-pack abs and losing 10 pounds and fitness over 40 and how to lose the baby weight after pregnancy, those types of things are, health and fitness. Or you could also have some products on, how to, cope with, how to get over like a heart attack or cope with a chronic disease like, diabetes or something like that. That's, I don't know. I have a hard time recommending someone get into that. I know it's a lucrative business to get into. I guess I have some ethical reasons for it. I see people put up like a sales letter and it's like, how I cured diabetes, with my $27 ebook. And I'm kind of like, really? If you had a cure for diabetes, I don't think it would be $27. It's a challenging disease that millions of people suffer from, and I think you're a snake oil salesman. If you're gonna come up with a sales letter and a product that says that you're gonna do that and you can't. I mean, you're not a doctor. Well, I mean, I suppose some of you might be that are listening, but to my knowledge, there's not any information that is held in a $27 ebook that shows you how to cure major chronic diseases like diabetes. I could be wrong. Someone can correct me, but to my knowledge, that's the case, and it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth when I see sales copy like that. Relationships and self-improvement. So things like, how to get a girl, how to get a guy, how to get back with your ex, how to be more romantic, 101 date ideas. Those types of things are relationship. Self-improvement would be things like law of attraction, time management, how to be more productive, how to motivate your employees, how to motivate yourself, how to, network, how to do all sorts of different things. Just look at any popular self-improvement style book, and I mean, your local Barnes & Noble probably has quite a few of them. I know it's a pretty popular section in mine. Hobbies, how-to, special interests. So things like, golf, or, how to train your dog, or, just about anything. How to play guitar, how to learn Spanish, how to make a computer, how to play a certain video game, how to, different things like that are potential products. So, for example, let's say in the finance market, let's say you've bought real estate before as like an investor. Now you could create a product on how you find properties to invest in. How you improve the property. How you different, like maybe some rehab things that you did that boosts the curb appeal and made it so you could flip the house and you made $50,000, or you increased the rent by another $200 a month because you remodeled the bathroom and the kitchen, or things like that. And then how you rent it or how you sell it, and some of how you find those people and how you connect with people and how you negotiate and those types of things. How you profited from it. Was it because you negotiated at the purchase of your investment property, or is it because you're really good at selling a property at a much higher price than what you paid for it? How do you do it? And other things like that could definitely be a product. I see lots of real estate products, for instance, that are basically this model. Perhaps you've lost weight. Maybe you lost 10 pounds using a combination of diet and exercise. You could talk about exactly how you did it. You teach people the food you were eating and the certain exercises you were doing and how you did it and how you kept the weight off and those types of things. And your story is going to resonate with someone, and they're going to buy your product. I mean, I'm not overweight by any means, and I have lots and lots and lots of fitness products and books and courses and all sorts of stuff. And all of my friends, all my guy friends that are in their mid to late 20s, and some are in their early 20s too, we have all purchased products, information products, and weightlifting things. I bought a treadmill the other day. Elliptical machines, bike machines, protein shakes, gym memberships, all sorts of stuff. We've all purchased something in that marketplace, and I mean, it just kind of goes to show just how big that marketplace is. I mean, internet marketing is pretty big, but health and fitness is way bigger. I mean, there's so much money in there. Master one of these niches and then consider getting into, a niche like that. That's because there's so much potential there. Self-improvement. So maybe you read a lot of, self-improvement books. Earlier today, I was reading a Robert Kiyosaki book. I think it was Increase Your Financial IQ. Actually, I think it's sitting right here, pretty close to me. Increase Your Financial IQ. And, it was typical rich dad, poor dad, stuff. It was just kind of a different, slightly different spin on his other best-selling books. And, if you're reading different books like that, you could definitely compile your knowledge together, and you share the different mindsets and goals and things you've learned from books like that, and things that you've applied in your own life, and things that you've heard from other people that have helped them, and you help other people change their life. And that's a very rewarding business to be in, because you're really helping other people. You're seeing the change in others, and it's something that people are incredibly passionate about. I mean, I've got hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of self-improvement style books. I'm a voracious reader, and I just love to read self-improvement books. I find them just incredibly motivating. I find them fascinating. I know, for the most part, a lot of the information is pretty similar, but for some reason, for me at least, I might read something from one person and then read basically the same thing from another person, later in the week or the next day, and for some reason the second person, it resonates with me and it sits better with me, and it clicks and it connects and I get it, but if, the first one I'm like, oh, I don't understand, but the second one I read, I really get it, and it's like, it's just so cool. And if you can apply that and kind of put all sorts of information together, and it can just be on one topic, for instance, let's say that you're creating a topic on, time management. Well, you could read, 3 or 4 books on time management, and you're going to know, 80 to 90% of what there is to know about time management, and you compile some of that together into your own time management system, and that becomes a product that you can sell. So maybe you're good at golf. You could show others how you improved your golf game, or, maybe you suck at golf, but someone else that's really good at golf, or the golf professional that works at your golf course, and maybe they're incredibly good at golf, and you could get them to create a product for you. So that's another lucrative strategy. Maybe you have a dog that's incredibly well behaved, and maybe your dog knows how to do cool tricks like roll over and play dead and fetch, and all those types of things, and other trickier things that you've taught your dog how to do, and those are things that people would like to pay for. There's a lot of people out there that have a puppy that's struggling with being housebroken. They've got a dog that's incredibly loud and noisy. I know when I was a kid, we had a dog that actually had the cops called up once or twice because he would bark. And I had a neighbor. We had a neighbor that just didn't like it, and I mean, we tried to get him. We'd get him in before like 10 o'clock, and he was just a protective. He was an interesting dog. We didn't have a fenced yard where he was, but he had like an aircraft cable. It actually was an aircraft cable. It was like one of those tie-out leads that went out like 20, 30 feet. And there was a guy, this was when I was pretty young, there was a guy that was selling, I think it was encyclopedias or something door to door, so it's been a while since we've seen people sell those, but it kind of gives you an idea. And he came up to us, and this guy was weird. I mean, he came up to me, I was out in the yard, actually I was out on the sidewalk, and he just kind of came up to me, and I think my sister was with me too, and my dog, his name was Harley. He could tell something was up. He yanked the aircraft cable out of the ground. He wrapped himself around the encyclopedia book salesman like 10 times and just, got in between him and my sister and I, and just growled and barked at the guy. So he didn't do anything, but that encyclopedia sales guy left in a hurry. And I mean, I think there was something off about the guy. I don't even know if he really was selling encyclopedias. I was pretty young. There was just something weird, and I knew I was worried about it, and my dog was very worried about it too. So I'm on a tangent, so I will continue, but I just wanted to share that story with you. So, what is an information product? Well, it's an ebook. It could be videos, like my course is mostly videos. It could be an audio. So, for instance, an interview, you could interview an expert. Especially if you're doing an audio interview, you might want to get it transcribed. So you can do an audio interview using Skype. You could use your cell phone and use one of like a utility that record the phone call. You want to make sure when you're recording phone calls, you want to make sure that the other person knows that's what you're doing. You can, let's say you're doing something in person with someone, like at a seminar or, someone that you know in your community. You could record that either with a video camera or one of those portable audio recorders, and that becomes a product as well. Software, this is a little bit more advanced, but you either could make software yourself or you could hire someone to make software for you. There's a little bit more barrier to entry with software, but not that much more. It also sells a little easier because a lot of people find software to be a little more tangible. They're willing to spend a little bit more money on software, so just something to kind of keep in mind. A home study course is like an information product. That's my first home study course that I did. This was probably 2007, I think, and basically what I did is I did an 8-part webinar series. I invited people to join me for the webinar series, and they paid to be there, and then I created the content every week for the product, and then it became a DVD set with transcripts, and oh boy, that was a pain doing those transcripts myself. We didn't have like Fiverr back then to do transcripts, so my mom and I actually did those transcripts, and that took forever. So I do not recommend doing your own transcripts. Pay someone else to do transcripts. That is it's painstaking, and it takes forever, and you get agitated. So you've learned that lesson from me, and then there's other stuff you can do, but those are really the core aspects of the information product business. So even if you aren't a quote-unquote expert, you probably know more about a topic than the vast majority of people out there. If you've read any book on a topic, you're ahead of the average person. So even if you've just read one book or skimmed a book or even just glanced at a book in a bookstore, you probably know more about it than I do. You probably know more about it than your neighbor. You might know more about it than your spouse, although I wouldn't test that theory. Even if you aren't comfortable teaching, you can partner with or hire other people. And I'm going to share with you how you do that. So, how to find local experts. Now, your town or community probably publishes what's called like a recreation and leisure catalog. And basically, this gives you the opportunity to take lessons and things and do kind of group classes, and they're really cheap. So, it'll be stuff from like computers to karate lessons to baking to ballroom dancing. You name it, they've got something cool going on. It usually takes place like at your community center or even like a local church or a town hall or something like that. And pretty much every city that I've encountered has something like this. It might be called something else, but we call it a rec and leisure catalog in my town. And these are all potential products. And you could either partner with or hire the expert who's teaching that class and create a product based off that class. I mean, what if you recorded them while they were doing the class? I mean, obviously you need to talk to them about this beforehand. But let's say it's a, couple hour long healthy cooking class, for instance. You could, I've got a food co-op, like an organic food co-op that's just like a block away from my house, and they do classes all the time. I could potentially partner up with them and record them with my cameras and equipment while they're teaching their class, and just make sure I'm out of the way while they're teaching the other people that actually paid to be there. But that could be a product that they could either sell in their store, or they could give away, or and then what I can do is I can sell it online. So I would make sure that I have the licensing rights to sell it online, and they would have like the rights to sell it like in their store, or we'd work on a partnership basis where I'd maybe edit and produce the DVD, and I would sell them a certain number of copies at a cheap price, and then they would sell it in their store and keep the money. My next door neighbor, who I actually went to high school with, Well, he's a bartender number one, but he also has a soap making business that he started in the last year or so, and he's starting to sell his soap to the food co-op that's just down the street, and also some other stores in town, and doing some other stuff and getting some local business from that. So it's really interesting. I mean, that I could easily partner up with him and talk about how he started a soap making business and how he got his product on the shelves in other stores, and how you make soap. I mean, that could be a product of in itself. How he makes all these different things, because he makes like soap and lip balm and all sorts of other cool like organic healthy stuff, and that's just kind of cool. What it's a different business model, and it's just kind of interesting. And I don't know anything about any of that stuff, and so the benefit here is you're learning so much, and you wouldn't even have to be on camera. I mean, you could interview the person, but especially if they're comfortable teaching a class, they're probably comfortable being on camera, and that's a wonderful thing, and you can really use that to your advantage. So you just record that with your video camera, and they can use it, and like they sell it locally, and then you sell it online. Is basically how you structure that deal. Also, your local colleges. Now, there might be a little bit more headache here because there's a little bit more administrative stuff you have to deal with. But your local college, especially like community, like trade school, technical schools, community colleges, things like that, they have a lot of real world classes, and people are already paying quite a bit of money to attend them. And people that tend to teach at like community colleges and things like that typically have some sort of real world experience. Like, for instance, if you're in like a marketing or business class at a community college, it's usually taught by someone who's actually run a business before, or might even have a business of their own right now. And I'm not trying to knock like private school or like a lot of big public schools, but a lot of those people who teach a class haven't done much of it in the real world. And not all. I mean, there's definitely some. I've got some friends of mine, their parents are professors, and so some of them have actually done stuff. I know a guy who he teaches economics at the private school in my town called Gustavus, and he also has a side business where he has like a rib shack that he runs during the summer months. And because it's kind of cold the rest of the year here. I'm in Minnesota, but during the summertime it's pretty warm, and he has like a portable little rib stand that he takes to like county fairs, and he parks it like on the highway. We have a big highway that goes through my town, and it's kind of one of the main arteries, I guess, that runs through my state. And he gets quite a bit of business doing that, and that's really interesting. And he can share those types of that information that he's learned in his economics class, and that's really cool. And that's a potential product. I mean, he has created a successful, like rib shack. How you do that is a product in itself. Like how you make ribs and make really tasty food is a product. But how you turn that into a business is an even more interesting product, at least for me. And that's something that I think a lot of other people would be interested in as well. So you work out a partnership with them, and this is similar to like the rec and leisure stuff that I talked about. And you create that product together. So like local community experts, so people like lawyers, accountants, golf professionals, doctors, nurses, chiropractors, dentists, optometrists, things like that, mechanics, plumbers and handymen, retired business leaders. You probably have a thing called SCORE in your community, and that is like a retired like executives group, and it's a bunch of community leaders that had businesses of their own, and they just want to help other people get started in business. It could even be like some bankers that you could connect with. There's other interesting stuff. You might be able to connect with people at your church that would be interested in doing a project with you. Things like Kiwanis and Lions and Rotary, things like that. A lot of those are business owners and professionals, insurance agents, all sorts of different people out there that have valuable information that could become an information product that you could sell on the internet. And you don't even have to be the expert. They're the expert, and you're just taking advantage of their credentials, their credibility, their expertise, and you're packaging it into something that you can sell. Excuse me, I'm going to take a sip of water here. So, let's look at some of my income. Over the past few days, I've sent some promotional emails to my customers of how to find and research a profitable niche market. And on the next few slides, we're just going to go over the income I made just yesterday, which is January 13th, just so you kind of get an idea of how this works. So I've also made money from other sources, but I just thought it'd be more fair and more relevant to this presentation if I just showed you income that came from the email list specific to this campaign, specific to people who bought How to Find and Research a Profitable Niche. So for Onyx and Gall, I sent an email on January 13th, and on January 13th, I made $400 just promoting that one product. Copy, paste, send. It took me a couple minutes. Christy Childs, I sent a message out for this on January 13th. I made, the gross revenue is $425.44. My cut of that is $277.81. That's what I got paid. I got paid that immediately as the sales came in. You can see I made 32 sales of her product, and I had 225 people click on that email. Unique people click on that email. I sent an email out over the weekend. I think this was like January 12th or 11th, and it was for a book of his that was for free, and it's actually a very cool book. I've used methods in there to make money myself, and just for the 13th, I made $131.40. So just for January 13th. Actually, it's more than that because some of that is recurring billing. So it might be as much as 3 times that. I haven't looked at my stats in there to go in more detail because I have a bunch of other commissions that Frank owes me for that, and I should be getting a check later in the week for some of that stuff, and I might be able to get a better idea of what is owed in upcoming commissions. But I can comfortably say it's $131.40 just earned yesterday from that program, but I know it's more than that. And then I also promoted some products on Warrior Plus, and these are sales that came in just on January 13th, but the emails were sent earlier in the week, and I made a lot more than this, several $100s, might even be over 1,000, I don't know, but just for January 13th is, I guess this picture's kind of blown up and ugly, but $73.95 if you can read that on your screen. And I also have my own product on How to Find a Profitable Niche product on Warrior Plus, and we made $364 in revenue. And this is all money I made yesterday related to how to find a profitable niche market. So it doesn't include any of my other sources of income. It doesn't include any of my other lists. It's just this campaign, this list. Everyone that's on this phone call would have seen the emails that I sent out. So if you add that up, and this is just income that I made yesterday from this specific list. So for Onyx product, I made $400. Christy Childs, I made $277.81. Frank Kern, $131.40. Warrior Plus affiliate commissions were $73.95. I also got paid those immediately as well. Warrior Plus, my own product, $364. That's $1,247.16, and it's in 24 hours. That's it. That doesn't include any of my other businesses, doesn't include any of the other stuff I'm doing. It's just this small list of customers. So thank you very much. And this is just my earnings from yesterday. And I made money from other stuff. It's just, I thought it'd be more fair to show this as a case study for you guys, so you kind of see that internet marketing and email marketing works, and I could show you some proof. So I should also let you know that the average subscriber on an email list is worth $1 per person per month. That is usually the quoted number that you see in just about every product that talks about list building. So in other words, if you have 1,000 people on your list, you might make around $1,000 a month on average. Now, however, by using the strategies that I use for email marketing, I did almost $1 per person just in yesterday's income. So what the average marketer makes in a month, I did that in one day from a list. And I think that's pretty cool. And I thank you guys very much for making that possible. I really appreciate it. So I'm going to show you exactly step by step how I found the products to promote, how I send the emails out to my list, and how I make the money. So for that money, I send out emails to my customer list recommending products. I didn't even have to write the emails. The product creators give me what's called an email swipe, so I can just copy and paste and send that out to my subscribers. Now, I will let you know that the products that I promote, I do actually review them myself and I look them over to make sure that they are high quality before I send out. So it does take a little bit more time than just copy, paste, send, here's 5 minutes work and I'm done. I do like to make sure that the things I recommend are actually high quality and it's stuff that's going to help you. Because there's a lot of people that just promote junk, and I don't want to be associated with that. I only want to be associated with products that are high quality that actually help you out. But when you have an email list and you send out emails, it's kind of like having your own ATM machine in your house. I joke about that a lot of times when I'm on stage, and I even have a picture of it somewhere. I have 3 computers that I use. Now, you don't need 3 computers to make money online, but I've got an Acer, so A, Toshiba, T, and a Mac for M, and so it says my ATM machines on the bottom, and it usually gets a lot of laughs. I should have grabbed that picture and put it in this presentation, but I just kind of forgot about it. And if I want to buy something, I just send out an email, and I almost always make the money for it just from that email, and I go buy it. For instance, several years ago, this was 4 or 5 years ago, I bought a motorhome, like a Winnebago 31-foot RV. I sent an email out to my list, and I paid for the motorhome with cash the next day. That's how powerful an email list is. It's like having a printing press. It's ridiculous how profitable an email list is if you do it right and you know what you're doing. So I'm going to show you step by step how I do this with pictures so you can follow along. So you build an email list, you find something to promote, you copy and paste the email into your autoresponder, and you click send. And that's it. That is really as simple as it gets. That's the closest thing you're going to get to one of those push button, make money type programs out there. And so here, I found a product to promote. I went to munchi.com. This is a website run by Chris Munch, and he's got the #1 selling product on Warrior Plus. For all time. He's sold over 10,000 copies on there, and he's got this thing that's basically like a product launch calendar. It talks about all the upcoming products, and so I just found a product on here. And then, granted, I had heard about the product coming out because I know the person promoting it, but it was this WSO winner by Alessandro Zamboni, and that came out this morning. And so I click on that link and I find the information on the product, and he tells me what the product sells for at the starting price, the commissions, when it launches, where I can learn some more, how I apply for my affiliate links, a little bit about the product so I know what it is. And he's done 18 WSOs of his own, and he got WSO of the day 3 times, so he knows a thing or two about selling information products. And then when I click on that page, he gives me an email I can just copy and paste. So I just copied this "Become a Successful Seller on the Warrior Forum," and that was my subject line. And I copied the text, and I put that into my autoresponder. So I log into my autoresponder, and I'm using Get Response. So I go there, and I click Dashboard. And once I'm in Dashboard, I get logged in, and this is what it looks like after I put in my credentials. Then I click on Messages at the top, like in the top middle here, and it's Create Newsletter. And it gives me this screen, and then I click this New Email Creator, and this is like sending an email out in like Gmail or Yahoo or AOL or Hotmail or any of Outlook, any of the popular email programs. And you just put in the subject, and you click Next, and you choose a template. I do plain text. I don't do any of these fancy HTML newsletters because it's just more work. I find the plain text works just fine. I paste the message in here, and then I also grab my affiliate link and put that in there and put my name in. So I grab the affiliate link from his webpage, and I just put that in there, nice and easy, and I click Next. I choose the subscribers. So this is my customer list for how to choose a profitable niche market, and then I click Next, It lets me schedule it, so I can either send it now and send it immediately, and I scheduled this at 10 o'clock last night. So I scheduled it, and I wanted it to go at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time today, and I click send, and it gives me this congratulatory message, and it says that my message is going to be sent according to your settings, and it goes out to all those customers at that specific time at 11 a.m. Eastern Time this morning. You got that email. So really, I mean, even explaining it, I went through that in like a couple minutes, and I mean, that's pretty much how it is for my work. All those emails that I sent, I guess, well, the one for Frank, I did take a picture of myself holding up the book because I thought it'd be kind of fun for you guys, but everything else was just copy and paste and send. And even Frank's email, Frank Kern's email for his free book, I just copied and pasted that, and I attached a picture of me just to be fun, and sent that out. And so it's pretty easy what you can do with email marketing. So I want you to ask yourself these questions. Do you consider yourself a newbie? Do you suffer from information overload? Do you struggle to get traffic to your websites? Do you feel unfocused? Do you feel like you can't build an email list that buys from you? Do you jump from product to product? I like to call this shiny object syndrome. Does the thought of writing sales copy scare the living daylights out of you? Have the technical aspects of internet marketing made it so you can't succeed? So if you answered yes to any of those questions, you need to pay close attention. In my career, I've answered yes to all of those. I've struggled with all of those things over the years. And that's why I've put together what I like to call the ultimate internet marketing solution. It's a live group coaching program with you and I guarantee that you're going to love it. So live training module number 1, you're going to learn how to build your first email list. So you're going to learn the easiest way to get started building your list. You're going to learn my top sources of traffic and how to use them. You're going to learn how to build a relationship with your list so they know, like, and trust you and buy from you. You're going to learn how to monetize your list, so where to find products to promote and how to make it so people are more attracted to buying from you, and a lot more. Live training module number 2, you're going to learn how to find products to promote. So you're going to learn the popular affiliate programs that have a history of paying on time, the sites I use to find brand new products that have just launched, how to evaluate a product for promotion, how to find best-selling products in any niche market, and a lot more. Live training module number 3, you're going to learn how to create your own information products. So you're going to learn how to find out exactly what the marketplace wants to buy, the tools I use to create information products, what should go into your info product, how to package your info product, how to price an information product, and a lot more. Live training module number 4 is Copywriting 101. You're going to learn the exact steps I took to create a #1 best-selling product on the Warrior Forum, how to steal proven sales copy and use it to sell your own products, how to create headlines that force people to continue reading your page, how to get testimonials for a brand new product, the proven bullet point formula to more sales, crafting a call to action that gets people to whip out their credit card, and a lot more. In live training module number 5, you're going to learn how to get your products and site online. So you're going to learn how to get a domain name, how to get your hosting set up, how to create your website, how to upload your website, how to put a payment button up, how to set up your download area, and a lot more. Training module number 6 is solo ads. So you're going to learn, where you find solo ads for sale, how to evaluate a solo ad seller, how to minimize risks, how to track your advertising, how to ramp up your campaign, how to profit from solo ads, and a whole lot more. In live training module number 7, you're going to learn Facebook advertising. So you're going to learn how to get laser targeted traffic from Facebook, how to get clicks for pennies, how to create ads that sell, how to promote affiliate offers on Facebook, how to build your email list, how to steal your competitors' customers. This is a really profitable technique that's making me a lot of money. And how to market to your existing customers. And this is by far the easiest money I've made on Facebook is uploading. It's called a custom audience in Facebook, and you can upload your existing database of customers and just market to them, and that's a great way to make more money. And you can learn a lot more in that training module. In live training module number 8, you're going to learn how to get JV partners to promote. So you're going to learn the places to promote your product to get potential JV partners. You're going to learn how to find potential JV partners. You'll learn how to build relationships, You're going to learn the power of reciprocation. You're going to learn how to persuade these partners to promote you. You're going to learn how to motivate them to continue promoting your product. And you're going to learn a whole lot more. So bonus number 1, you're going to get full email access to me, so you can ask me anything. You can ask me anything related to marketing. If I don't know the answer, I'm going to go find it for you. So if you need a headline for your sales letter, just ask. You need an introduction to someone, just ask me. If you want help with a particular strategy, ask me. That's a $997 value. Your bonus number 2 is an accountability partner. I'm going to put you into small groups where I'm going to check in with each group, and I also will encourage the group to check in with each other and to make sure that you're following the directions and implementing what you've been taught in my training. That's a $997 value. I find that when I'm accountable to other people, my success comes a lot faster and I'm more successful, and I think you're going to find that as well too. Bonus number 3, you're going to get digital access to my other products. So any digital product that I create in 2014, you're going to get access to. This way you can learn profitable strategies before your competition does. You're going to get access to it before other people do. I have several products that I'm working on right now, and this could be a very profitable bonus for you because you're going to get kind of pre-release access, if you will, to these information products before anyone else sees them. You're going to see them even before my JV partners see them. That's a $1,997 value. For the next 25 customers, I have some really awesome bonuses for the action takers, but you need to take action right now in order to get them because they're limited to the next 25 customers. Bonus number 4 is a one-on-one personal strategy session where I'm going to go over your entire business model with you, and we're going to find out how to maximize your success. That's a $497 value, and I'll be on the phone with you as long as it takes. I figure most of these phone calls probably take about an hour. Bonus number 5 is a one-on-one interview and transcript, and we're going to create your first information product. Either you're going to interview me or I'm going to interview you, and that will give you something that you can market online. That's a $997 value because you can take advantage of my credibility on that. The access bonus number 6 is access to my JV partner Rolodex. So, for instance, if you've got a product in the internet marketing niche, I can help you launch it. Remember, my product that I just launched on January 3rd has already made $29,000 in sales so far. My friends can make loads of sales of high converting products, and that's a $1,997 value. Bonus number 7, you get a web page / sales page copy critique. So I'm going to go over your web page or your sales copy to help you maximize your sales, and that's a $997 value. So let's just do a quick recap here of the training modules. Module 1 is how to build your first list. That's a $997 value. Module 2 is how to find products to promote. That's a $997 value. Module number 3 is how to create your info product. That's a $997 value. Module 4 is copywriting 101. That's a $997 value. Module number 5 is how to get your product / website online. That's a $997 value. Module 6 is traffic with solo ads. That's a $997 value. Module number 7 is traffic from Facebook advertising. That's a $997 value. Module number 8 is how to get JV partners to onboard to promote your product. That's a $997 value. So the total value there is $7,976 just for the live training modules, and they will be recorded. So even if you can't make it to the training sessions, you will have access to those recordings. You will have access to those forever. Recap of the bonuses. Bonus number 1, you get the full email access to me. You can ask me anything. That's a $997 value. Bonus number 2 is the accountability partner between myself and people in the small group that I put you in. That's a $997 value. Bonus number 3 is digital access to my other products, which is a $1,997 value. And for the next 25 customers, you get bonus number 4, which is a one-on-one personal strategy session, which is a $497 value. Bonus number 5 is a one-on-one interview and transcript, which is a $997 value, so you can create your own information product. Bonus number 6 is access to my JV partner Rolodex, which is a $1,997 value. Bonus number 7 is a web page and sales copy critique, which is a $997 value. That's a grand total of $8,479 in bonuses. So I want you to take action right now. The modules and bonuses are worth a grand total of $16,455. I've charged $5,997 or $4,997 for similar products on the stage, and on other webinars that I've done. But I'm not going to do that for you guys today because you already bought an information product from me in the past. I could charge $2,997 for this, but I'm not going to do that today. Even $1,997 is really a steal for this product and this access to me. It's only $997 or 3 easy installments of $347, and you pay those once a month, or you pay the one-time fee of $997. You go to www.readfloren.com/coaching, and you can take action on that right now. Really, that's only $2.73 a day to get trained by an internet marketing veteran that's been making money online since 1999. You're not going to find anything else that even comes close to this. It's less than the price of a cup of coffee at your local Starbucks. So let's just recap some of the things you're going to learn. You're going to learn how to get endless streams of traffic that have their credit card in hand wanting to buy from you, my proven methods for building an extremely profitable email list, how to get laser focused so you can make more money with less effort, proven emails to extract cash from subscribers, how to banish shiny object syndrome forever, my easy copywriting shortcuts, the only technical skills you really need to succeed, how to overcome information overload, how to go from newbie to making money online, and how I dominated the Warrior Forum and got WSO of the day and made 1,400 plus sales, and a whole lot more. There's also a 100% no questions asked money back guarantee. I'm 100% sure that when you take my coaching and put it into action, you will have success online, and there's no doubt about that. In order to prove to you that I have complete and blind confidence in my coaching, you can try it for 60 days. That's 2 months. If you're not completely satisfied, just come back, send me an email, and I'll refund your money until the last penny. The bottom line is you're happy with your results or your money back. And I promise I won't ask you any questions. So take action right now. It's only $997 or 3 easy installments of $347. I want you to go to www.readfloren.com/coaching. And I'm going to open up the line here for any questions. I'm going to see if anyone's typed in anything here. It looks like there's a few things here. I'll start with those. Had a few people say they were having some issues with audio. Can you guys hear me right now? Just gonna make sure that my it looks like my phone is currently working fine. Alright, I'm gonna scroll through questions here. Let's see. Larry asked, how old was I in 99? I was 13. For recordings, yes, I have been recording it, so hopefully recording turned out okay. Let's see. Larry asks, isn't Warriors just for make money, not health? Warrior Forum is more of an example. I mean, you could put a product up on a ClickBank, for instance, and that has products in all sorts of different markets. Karen asked, what book did I talk about? I believe it was Dale Carnegie's book that you're referring to, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Yes, thank you, Anton. Service Corps of Retired Engineer or Executives. Yes, you're right. I couldn't think of what it was called. hearing a lot of people loving the bonuses that I'm offering. A lot of thank you messages. And I'll just, let me see, I'll try to unmute the line here. And this would only be for people who are on the dial-in number. I'm actually going to put the number up. I think you can see it. We can, let me unmute it first. I haven't unmuted the line here yet. Alright, I think you guys are unmuted now, so if there's anyone that actually wants to ask me a live question, you just go to, you would get on your phone and do 949-202-4265. It's 35097 pound is the PIN. I hear someone unmuted there. Do you have a question? I guess I'm not really hearing any questions there. I'm going to mute the line here. And it looks like we've had some more chat messages here. Agnes asks, besides Muncheye, where else do you look for offers to promote? Well, JV Notify Pro is a wonderful site. It's jvnotifypro.com. There's also a lot of Facebook groups that are quite popular. If you just search for like product launch or JV launch, and then whatever your niche is, you can find a lot of like launch calendars is what they're usually called. Yes, Larry's right. There's ClickBank can help you find products, but usually everything on ClickBank is already selling. I guess when I'm looking at like Muncheye and JV Notify Pro, it lets me know about products that are up and coming. Yes, you can search on Google. You could search for like JV launch and then whatever your niche is. So it could be like self-improvement, joint venture, or internet marketing JV, or dog training JV, lots of different things that you could search for. Any other questions I can answer here? Well, okay, Paula asks, what would be a good first thing to start making money with? Well, I mean, if you're just getting started, one of the best things you could do would be doing affiliate marketing, and that would be creating a squeeze page and then promoting an affiliate offer on the back end. So someone would sign up for like a free report that you have or a free video on your squeeze page, and you're just asking for their email address, and then when they sign up for that, then you could send them to the offer that you're promoting, and that's really probably the easiest way. Plus, you get the benefits of building an email list from that. So that's what I would do if you're just brand new getting started. There's definitely money in that. You can run a six-figure business just doing that. But I mean, the big money, the real money online, is creating your own products and offers and getting other people to promote them as well. Let's see, I've seen a few more questions here. Ignis asks, do you use a squeeze page for your Launch promotions. Yes, sometimes for my own products I use a squeeze page, and also sometimes when I promote other people's products. If someone's already on my email list, I very rarely use a squeeze page to promote another product. I typically only use that if it's someone that's like brand new to me. So if I'm advertising, if I'm paying for advertising, for example, let's say I'm buying a solo ad or I'm doing a Facebook ad, I might send them to a squeeze page first and then redirect them to the product launch. Larry asks, do you have a module with a funnel setup, including opt-in? Yes, I do have a module where we talk about, like creating your own product and creating your own, getting your website set up and those types of things. So yes, it's not really like one specific module that's covering that, but it's kind of covered in like 2 or 3 different modules where it's kind of spread out. And I guess closer to time when we get to that module, I might just put it all in one module if it makes more sense when I actually create the presentation. But how I have the product laid out right now, how I have the coaching laid out right now, is that it'll take place over a couple presentations just to really hit home and make a lot of sense. Agnes asks, how do you link your squeeze page with ClickBank? Okay, so let's say you're promoting a product on ClickBank or JVZoo. You, in your autoresponder, there's a way to just redirect the customer to whatever you want to send them to. So you could send people to Google.com, for instance, after they've signed up for your page. And it's just all automated. It's all in the back end. You just tell it inside Aweber or GetResponse or whatever you're using where you want to send the traffic to. The best way to get to build a list for free is JV partners. Randy asks, if I don't want to spend money on advertising, how can I build a list for free? And it's really joint venture relationships. And I mean, that's a tough thing to crack unless you already have connections and have relationships built. But in reality, that is the only like free traffic, if you will, that has made me serious money. I've made money off of having some articles and videos and getting national press coverage and stuff like that. But really, the predictable income for free, at least, has been joint venture partners and affiliates. So you got to treat this like a business, and that's how it is. I mean, I see a lot of people that don't think anything about spending money on college or even buying a big screen TV or getting a new car, but the moment they think about investing in their future and investing in their education and getting something actually going for them, they just clam up. And I mean, really, instead of buying all sorts of WSOs over the next year or two, you should just buy coaching, buy mentoring, because that's really going to speed things up for you. Paula asks, can we promote your products? Well, you can promote my How to Find a Profitable Niche product. It's on Warrior Plus. Just search for my name. You can go to like affiliates, I think it's called, and offers, and then you can just type in my name and you'll see it, and you can just request the link there. Karen asks, what's the best way to start building a list? Probably the easiest way to start building a list is doing a solo ad or a Facebook ad, just because you can get traffic immediately, and that's really the easiest way to get started building a list. Seeing a lot of thank you messages. Hopefully, audio recorded just fine. I had multiple things recording it. I have a feeling I know what happened. I haven't used this system with this many people on board. We had over 1,400 people buy How to Find a Profitable Niche Market, and I think we might have overloaded the system with so many people on here. Well, with that, I don't see any questions over the last couple minutes here. So what you really need to do is you need to go to www.readflorene.com/coaching and take action. I have some of those bonuses left. I really want to see you succeed. I really want to help you out. I'm here for you. I guess one other thing. I see Phyllis is talking about the Facebook group. There is a Facebook group. We have a link now on the download page for how to find a profitable niche market, and you can connect with some of the other owners, some of the other people who bought the how to find a profitable niche in there, and that's a great resource. But what I really want you to do is go to www.readflorene.com/coaching. Take action right now. I still have a few of those bonuses left. I really want to help you. I want to see you succeed. I'm here for you. I hope that you got some value out of this call tonight, and I look forward to working with you in the future. And I wish you the best of success, and you have a wonderful evening or day. And I will speak soon. Take care. Good night.